Hello and welcome back to the final podcast. You have reached the end. If you stayed with us the whole time, you are a true Eric Hutchinson fan. You should give out prizes for people who watch all of these.
Okay, I'm going to say a secret word, and if you email me this word, penultimate, then we will get you a special surprise.
All right.
Hit me up on Patreon. Penultimate.
How about
that? But this is the ultimate song.
This is the final.
This is the ultimate song of this record.
Right. Who is the guy who said, how can they keep calling the Super Bowl the ultimate game? They're just going to play another one next year.
There you go.
Very true. Okay, a couple of things I want to get out of the way because I'll probably forget at the end. Want to thank my good friend Jordan Kaprielian for videotaping this, setting it all up. Thank you, Jordan. Sydney Leigh Carlson, my niece, has endured this. Beautiful. She's a huge fan of Eric. He has helped her and mentored her over the years, and I really appreciate her presence here. And of course, Hyperballad for having us for almost 4 hours now. So
and I want to thank you.
Thank you.
This is where we get sappy on this ultimate episode here, but I love doing this with you, and I always appreciate you making me feel like the songs matter to somebody. So thank you very much.
As always, my friend. Thank you. Okay, now that we've done that, let's go to what I think is most brutal takedown song of your entire career. This is downright mean, this song. And it sounds mean, it has a mean tone, you're phrasing it mean, it is the end of the record, you're closing out this, which I've now learned through doing this, a series of breakups, back and forth, love-hate relationships, and you're going strong here at the end. Got you. Tell me your mindset before writing something like this.
So, this song is actually not about me. I was witnessing two people who had been best friends and roommates having a huge falling out. And this song is written from their perspective at each other.
So maybe that's why, again, wearing a mask, you feel the need. You could not write something this harsh at someone.
I don't think if I wrote this song about a woman, it would feel good.
Yeah, it's so brutal for you. I was shocked when I listened to it again.
This is two women actually talking to each other.
Oh. Now, were they a couple or they were just roommates?
No, they were just best
old friends, and you watched it deteriorate, huh?
And they had a huge falling out, and this song was about. But this song is also about how it's easy to think it's the other person's fault.
Right.
And I sort of liked this idea that each one of these people could hear this song and think it was from their perspective.
Ah. Yeah, you're speaking for me. That's right, she does do that. Well, here's a little snippet. I've got a lot to pay you back. I've been saving up for years. I'm gonna break you into two. Now who's gonna hear your tears? I've been the friend you never had. Now you'll never have me back. I bear a witness to your faults, and that line severely cracked. This is really
fault line.
It's so tough and I'm not even doing this justice. I tried to read this with some sort of.
I'm roaring it a little bit.
You are.
I got a lot to pay you back. I've been saving up for years. I'm gonna break you into two. Now who's gonna hear your tears? I've been a friend you never had. Now you'll never have me back. I bear witness to your faults, and that line's a really cracked. And who will be sorry first? Who will be sorry first? And if you won't be the one to fight, I can tell what I'm worth. And you got you.
It had to be at the end of the record because
how do you follow it?
Yeah, exactly. And we really extended the song, and it's got, I lean into my Michael Jackson Thriller a little bit, and like we went for it. And this was a time where I was like, this is why I spent all of my money making an album. I was like, these are the things I've never gotten to do right that I wanted to do. I wanted to hear what does it sound like when my song gets all the bells and whistles that all the music I love does. And so we went for it. But yeah, this is an epic song. It's a angry song. I used to start a lot of my shows with this song when I was touring this album, because I could come out and kind of roar it a little bit by myself or something.
I got a bone to pick with you and this opportunity. I couldn't live this down enough to make up for you and me. I feel a swelling in my soul. I've been choking up inside. Now bite my tongue just for your sake, but I've swallowed too much pride. And who will be sorry first? Who will be sorry first? And if you won't be the one to budge, I can tell what I am worth. 'Cause you got you to blame for what you do to you. There's nothing shocking, so it must be true. And let me set this record straight on the drama you create before you go and turn your back on me.
But yeah, it's not a happy song.
No, it is. It's by far the most vitriolic song of your canon. I can't think of one that's more. You've never gone down this road
I think
again.
I could get close with "I Don't Love You" from Pure Fiction.
But that's kind of all right. You're
But
right.
that one is still not as mean. That one's
not
kind of mean.
It is a little, yeah. I mean, how else can you say something like that? That's pretty blatant. That's a good point. All right, well, now that we're going through the full mean list, I say musically, this has a lot of Stevie Wonder in it.
Definitely.
Probably probably the closest to his song structure, melody, and arrangement that you have ever done. Really takes me back to that amazing 1970 run that he had. Even has those analog keyboard sounds, and has the clavinet again, which he made famous. Yeah,
It's got a ton of that Stevie sound. I don't think he would ever put out a song this angry without. That's one of my favorite things about his writing is, even when he's at his angriest, he's almost always hopeful. This song doesn't have a lot of hope in it.
right. Well, he has that one song, you Haven't Done Nothing, that he wrote about Nixon. That's
You're right, but it's got the Jackson 5 singing "Choo-doo-up." That's
yeah,
very hopeful.
yeah, which I love. Yeah, very good that Jackson 5 are singing on that record.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The ending is really cool. Bass playing, the relentless, almost mocking piano, rhythmically taking us out. Like I said, this is a full sonic and lyrical takedown.
You're gonna live your life and stay on your side. You're not ashamed to try. You're more afraid of why. This bridge is burning, now it's caving in. We're never gonna win. We'll run in circles till we fall in line. You got you to blame for what you do to you. There's nothing shocking, so it must be true. And let me set the record straight on this drama you create before you go and turn your back on me. No.
Yeah, and again, it was a song I wrote after the Maverick fiasco, and it was, so yeah, I mean, when I think about all the songs we're talking about through this thing, it was just a snapshot of the people I was around and the drama I was around and probably creating in one way or another, and this song is kind of the collapse. But yeah, I think in that way, it doesn't necessarily fit in thematically as much with the rest of the record. It's not about my experience, but it does. It connects, and like I said, it felt like a exclamation point on the end of the record to be like, I am a serious artist. I make serious music with a band.
And that's also important for you because you're speaking to yourself in a sense where you, like you said, when you finished recording this, you had no idea this was going to blow up or you were going to have a career. This might have been the last thing you ever recorded and you were going to make it count.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I hear when I listen to this track is I'm putting everything, like you were saying about first novelitis or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm putting everything in here
You're leaving it on the field.
I might not get another chance to do it, so I'm putting all my ideas in here.
Great way to end, but I've got one more question that's been bouncing around now through all these podcasts, and I got to ask you, so I'm leaning in for it. You're listening back 15 years now to this record. When I ask you, or if some fan comes up and asks you, sounds like this, what do you think of? What do you think of that record, that time, everything?
That's a great question. If somebody came to me in that circumstance and said it, I think of the blur that came out of it all. You know, like I can remember this time really well. We're talking about things were calm. I was making the record. I had a lot of intention. I was not prepared for the whirlwind that came out of it. I wasn't ready for it. I didn't always handle it well. And I was just constantly in transit after this. I was bouncing all over the country and the world. And I was just, that's what I think of when I think of this record coming out, is I think of being gone, being out, working constantly and tirelessly to try to spread the music around.
Performer who earned the honor of being the highest charting unsigned artist ever to hit the iTunes chart, here to perform rock and roll off his debut album Sounds Like This. Please welcome the very talented Eric Hutchinson.
Lately it's been a big hassle, trying to keep the music castle. So make sure you spin it in and live it large, disregard. A lot of people tell her what it's probably like, cause it's not hard. This song is gonna get him through the night. If you wanna rock, you rock. If you wanna roll, you roll. You can roll with the punch as long as he does. I keep it controlling. If you wanna stay, stay. If you wanna go, go. Doesn't care how he gets there, long as he is somewhere he knows on go. When the na 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 na. And then I went on the brink, drink the drink, and act the ball, catch the goal, shot the shots, get hot, and never thought to see how far it's gonna go. All the pendulum, hit the fence and grab a jab, another trip, the cheap romance. Doesn't count till the room is spinning, nothing to lose, and now they pull out in, and they fall in love, and they fall in love, and they wanna ride. they ride. If they wanna roll, they roll. They can't hold with the punches, long as they feel like they're in control. And if they wanna stay, they stay. If they wanna go, they go. They don't care how they get there, long as they get somewhere they go. Oh no, na 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 na. Na 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 na. If they wanna rock the ride, if they wanna roll, they roll. They can't go with the punches, long as they get somewhere they go. If they wanna stay, they stay. If they wanna go, they go. They don't care how they get there, long as they get somewhere they go. Oh no, na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Honey, Eric's CD Sounds Like This is available now in stores and on iTunes. We'll be right back with Eric. Thanks to my guests today, Dave Benton, Kate Jocelyn, Brian DeCillo, and Eric Hutchinson. Eric, will you introduce the guys in the band just before we leave?
Yeah, we got Tom Crafty on bass.
Eric, so great. The new CD is out. Sounds Like This. Go and get it. See you tomorrow, folks.
So I'm glad you asked that because that's not what I think of when I hear the album. When I hear the album, I think of me, not married, not living in New York, which I've done for 16 years now. You know, I didn't have a child, I didn't have a wife, I didn't have a dog, I didn't have a career. I was baby Eric. And so I'm really thankful to have this record, and I'm thankful that so many people have grown up listening to it, and hopefully you're still interested and maybe even got to the end of this entire podcast series.
Well, I was glad to be there, man. It was cool to see you go on this journey. Thank you for asking me to do this. And I think I speak for all Eric Hutchinson fans when I say, thanks for hanging in there. This is the record that you hung in there, and now we have all the other great music. So
Thank you. And
thank you, buddy.
You were a huge reason why I did that, so
Oh, thank you. Did you get that on tape? I will take 10% of all loyalties going on. No, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. That's
you.
Eric Hutchinson. My name is James Campion. This has been a lot of fun. 15 years of Sounds Like This. New album, new record album, vinyl, new tour, lots of things. Anything we're missing you want to tell the fans before we wrap?
Yeah, just check out my Instagram or whatever. You know, you'll find out all the stuff we're doing. But there's going to be lots of things I'm excited to share. Take a look back then. And if you got to the end of this and you were like, wow, that was so good and I wish there was more, check out the podcast we did for Modern Happiness, Class of 98, Before and After Life, Sing Along with Eric Hutchinson.
We did. This is our 5th.
Yeah.
We're maniacs.
So there's a ton out there. You're just really scratching the surface.
Indeed. So
thank you for listening,
yes.
and thanks for caring.
And thanks for Hyperballad. And here in Brooklyn, they were really great. Sydney, Jordan, you have a wonderful time listening and enjoying Sounds Like This. 15 years. Congratulations again, man. Really.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's record one.
Right, exactly. That was the rehearsal. All right.
I got a bone to pick with you. Come on. And this opportunity, I couldn't live this down enough to make up for you and me. Now feel a swelling in my soul. I've been choking up inside. Not by my tongue is for your sake, but I've swallowed too much pride. And who will be sorry first? Who will be sorry first? If you won't be the one to budge, I can tell what I'm worth. Who will be sorry first? Who will be sorry?